Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a great day. I'm the Wizarding World Nerd, and today we're going to be going through frequently asked questions about Hogwarts Legacy. I'm going to be going through the Hogwarts Legacy website and just going through and explaining and trying to answer the frequently asked questions that some of you guys might have, try and point you to where you can find them yourself. So all of this information today will be on the Hogwarts Legacy website, as I stated, and I'll leave a link to that down in the description if you want to go through and read it yourself. I'm just going to be going over it here today and providing my inputs and maybe doing a little bit of theories like I normally like to do. But I thought I would just make a video for you guys so all this information could be in one quick video so you could watch or listen to, or at least let you know where this information is available so you can go to it and access it yourself, because I didn't know this was available until about a week ago. And even though I'm sure this information has been out for probably a couple months now, if not longer, I didn't know about it. I don't think it was that widely published, so I just wanted to make a quick video on it to explain it all for you guys here today. So I'm on the Hogwarts Legacy website here. It's again going to be a little bit of a different format for me too that I'm used to, but just bear with me. I think it'll be fine. It might even work out a little better. I don't know. We'll see. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoy or find this helpful, make sure you like the video down below. But let's get into this. Here we go. Alright, so now we've got a rundown. So I'm just going to go through these. Again, if you prefer to just read them yourself, link will be in the description, but I'm going to go through them here. So, what kind of game is Hogwarts Legacy? So we know it's an immersive open-world action role-playing game set in the 1800s Wizarding World, which puts players at the center of their own adventure. So not much new there. We basically knew all that already, but we'll continue on. Who is publishing Hogwarts Legacy? It is being published by Warner Bros. Games under the Portkey Games label, and the game is being developed by Avalanche Studios. When does Hogwarts Legacy release? It will release in 2022. It was supposed to release in 2021, but it has since been delayed. I might make a video on this in the future. I do believe the game will come out in late 2022. Unfortunately, I believe it will be a September to November release. I'm hoping for sooner, but that is my guess. But again, I'll provide you more information when I have it, when it becomes available. What platforms will Hogwarts Legacy be on? It will be available for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 Pro, and then all the Xbox family devices, including Series X, One, X, and the PC. What is J.K. Rowling's involvement with the game? Is this a new story from J.K. Rowling? So J.K. Rowling is not directly involved in the creation of the game. However, her extraordinary body of writing is the foundation for all the projects in the Wizarding World. This is not a new story from J.K. Rowling, though. How does Hogwarts Legacy fit into the Wizarding World? While Porky Games are not direct adaptations of the books and films, the games are firmly rooted in the Harry Potter universe, while remaining true to J.K. Rowling's original work. Porky Game developers chart new territory by creating fresh ways for fans to immerse themselves in the Wizarding World. So I think that's great. They're showing that this is something that's very important to me, and they're showing that they're trying to stay true to the world that has already been created and fleshed out. And I really don't want any big continuity errors. I want it all to make sense and feel like this could really be a story that's happening before the movies and books we've seen. And that really does make it sound like that is something they're going for. So that's exciting, and that is very important for me as a big Harry Potter fan. Is Hogwarts Legacy an original story? So Hogwarts Legacy is an open-world single-player action role-playing game set in the 1800 Wizarding World. The story has players experiencing life as a student at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry like never before, as they live the unwritten and embark on a dangerous adventure to uncover hidden truth of the Wizarding World. Again, not much new there, but it's nice to hear them reiterate it and focus down on what we're really getting here. So what is the original story of Hogwarts Legacy? Players will experience life as a student at Hogwarts in the 1800s as they embark on a dangerous journey to uncover a hidden truth of the Wizarding World. They will grow their magical abilities by mastering spells, brewing potions, and taming fantastic beasts. Again, nothing new. But I love just hearing this. I feel like that line right there is something we all want in this game. Just, creating spells, potions, and taming beasts. That's something that is so big in the Wizarding world, and you would hope they'd hit on it in a game, but it's not a guarantee. So the fact that they state it in these quick little sentences here shows that it's a big focus for them, and that excites me, because that's a very important part of a Harry Potter game for me. And I know I say that about a lot of things, but I'm big on my Harry Potter, and I need to make sure that basic things like staying true to the original stories and, all things everyone wants to do are a part of the game, and it looks like they're really nailing that on the head here, which is awesome. How do you play Hogwarts Legacy? Hogwarts Legacy is filled with immersive magic, putting players at the center of their adventure to become the witch or wizard they choose to be. They will grow their characters' abilities as they master powerful spells, hone combat skills, and select companions to help them face off against deadly enemies. Players will also encounter missions and scenarios that will pose difficult choices and determine what they stand for. Again, we all knew that, but I love hearing those words, and it makes me very excited and cannot believe we're getting a game of this magnitude. It's unbelievable, and I'm so excited. Can players choose and switch their Hogwarts house in Hogwarts Legacy? Players can choose their Hogwarts house at the start of Hogwarts Legacy, and we'll have more details to share at a later time. So, obviously you can choose your house, and they stated that because that is, that's a given. But I'm curious about, we'll have more details at a later time, and they put in switching. So I'm curious is it possible, depending on your choices, switching houses? Although I don't see that. That's never really been a thing in the Harry Potter world. But I don't know. That's interesting to think about. The way they put that. I doubt you'd be able to, but choices are going to be a big deal in this game. So who knows how they'll really impact it. And I hope they have a big impact. And I hope there's lots of choices so you can really choose how you want to be, and everybody's playthrough will be different. I think that would be amazing, and I hope that can be the case, because I would love it if every player playing didn't have the same experience. Will you see Harry Potter, Hermione Granger, or Ron Weasley in the game? No, Hogwarts Legacy is set in the 1800s, before the time period of J.K. Rowling's original story. Nothing new there. That's very straightforward. But again, it is a question people have, because those are a big part of the Harry Potter world, and so you don't want to know that, but I don't think that's a surprise to anyone. It shouldn't be, because it's basically impossible when the game's set. Will Hogwarts Legacy adhere to Wizarding World lore? Again, another big question I have, and it's similar to the one we were talking about before. And yes, right away, that's exciting. Yes. While Hogwarts Legacy is not a direct adaptation of the books and films, the games are anchored in Wizarding World lore. Avalanche is creating a unique gaming experience that is inspired by J.K. Rowling's Wizarding World, in which players will find new and unexpected locations, characters, and story elements. Again, I say it's exciting. I'm very excited for this game, obviously. But again, it's great to read, great to know. Does the game take place only in Hogwarts Castle? Hogwarts Legacy takes place beyond Hogwarts to new and familiar locations, including the Forbidden Forest and Hogsmeade Village. Once again, we knew that we were getting the Forbidden Forest and Hogsmeade Village, but it's important to know, and for an open world game, you really want to know how, is it open world at Hogwarts, or is it open world in the Wizarding World? And it feels they're really trying to make it more than just Hogwarts Castle, which is awesome. Having the Forbidden Forest outside the castle, having Hogsmeade Village, right around there. But I really hope they also have places like Diagon Alley and, other areas outside of just Hogwarts Castle. More places in London, I think that would be awesome. Another thing I hope on, I might make a video on this or touch on it more in detail, but I hope it's an open world game after the game finishes. I hope after you're done the game. It might depend on the choices you make, but I do hope you can continue to walk around Hogwarts Castle and do side quests and stuff like that. I think that's very important, and it is a staple in open world games, so I would hope they have it, but who knows, they might not, depending on how the game ends, the story goes. But overall, I love that you're more than just at Hogwarts, and I feel like that's very important for an immersive game. What is Portkey Games? So Portkey Games from Warner Bros. Games is the games label dedicated to creating new Wizarding World mobile and video game experiences that place the player at the center of their own adventure. Inspired by J.K. Rowling's original stories, Portkey Games offers players the opportunity to make their own narrative choice and engage with the Wizarding World setting to discover new and unique experiences. The label was created to bring gamers and fans new gaming experiences that allow them to delve into the Wizarding World in immersive ways where they can create their own magical stories. What does Portkey mean, and why have you chosen it for this label? In the Harry Potter series, a Portkey is an object enchanted to instantly transport anyone touching it to a specific location. Most of the time, a Portkey is an everyday object that would not draw the attention of a Muggle. For Portkey Games, it symbolizes how games under this label transport fans to their own adventure inspired by the Wizarding World. I didn't know that, honestly, and that's very cool to read. That actually makes a total lot. I can't talk anymore. I'm talking too much, but it makes a lot of sense, and that's actually really doesn't have anything to do with Hogwarts Legacy, but it's very interesting to read, and I do like that. That makes a lot of sense. It's very cool. Very, very well done, honestly. What type of games will be developed under Portkey Games? Portkey Games will enable developers to create a variety of new and immersive gaming experiences that are all inspired by J.K. Rowling's Wizarding World. These experiences have not been written by J.K. Rowling and will not be direct adaptations of the books or films. These games that have been created for the fans by the fan makers who themselves are fans of and have been inspired by the Wizarding World. Are Portkey Games created with J.K. Rowling's approval? Each experience offered under Portkey Games will take place in the Wizarding World and will be authentic to the Wizarding World. J.K. Rowling is supportive of Portkey Games and has entrusted the design and creation of the games to Warner Bros. Games and the developers inside. Once again, I think it's important to know, it shows that she's aware of this and she likes that they're making games out of her series, but she's not making full decisions herself, which I think is a good thing at the end of the day. And up here it says it's created by fans, for the fans, whatever, and I trust Portkey Games. We haven't had a lot by them yet. This game will be the first real big test, but if you know, reading these, and if they stay true to what they're saying, with even just with the limited knowledge we have, I think we're in good hands here. And I am very confident they will deliver a action-packed, emotional story for us here, and we will really get to just delve into the Wizarding World like we've always wanted to and never been able to. And I am beyond excited. I cannot wait. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope there were some questions here you wanted answers to, that you were able to get the answers. And, you know, maybe learn something here. I sure did. Reading it, honestly, it was great. Nothing too new, nothing too juicy, but it was great to read all this reiterated and in plainer words and clarify some things. I think it was fantastic. Again, I'll leave the link to this website down in the description if you want to go over it yourself. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, learned anything, make sure you like the video down below, subscribe for more Hogwarts Legacy videos, and comment any videos you'd like me to do in the future, whether it's information, news, or theories, anything like that. I'd be happy to do it. Check out my main channel. It's youtube.com/jshu. It's where I do more personal things. It's gaming, funny moments, stuff like that. Promise you won't want to miss it, but go check that out. Follow me on Twitter so they're the first to know about new news and updates regarding Hogwarts Legacy, and have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching.